I designed a sweater? Me? The amigurumi designer? I designed a sweater? I've only ever made a few garments in my entire life, and I decided to design a sweater? Yes, I did. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Spoony Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoony Stitcher. You're inside the stitchery and I'm so happy you're here today. A Spoony is someone who has a chronic illness and a stitcher is somebody who makes art with textiles. This channel is all about creativity. Anything that makes you just feel happy and creative, that's what I'm all about over here. I also test products, I do tutorials, and of course, I try new things. I love trying new things. It's a lot of fun. So if you feel like this is your kind of community, please hit the subscribe button and like this video and be part of the wonderful Yarn Zebra family. Okay, so why on earth would somebody who makes cute little plushies decide to make a sweater? Well, way back when, 2019, 2020, I don't know, around there, I saw The Secret Yarnery make a party cardi. And I thought that looked like a lot of fun, so I decided to make it. I mean, it's just 2 hexagons that you put together, and then you can add the granny stitch length and sleeve. That's easy enough. So I did that, and that was a lot of fun, and I used the Karen latte cakes, so it's nice and fuzzy. And I've worn it a few times on the channel. Fast forward a few years, I decided that I wanted to try and make an ugly Christmas sweater. Because why not? How fun, right? Side note, I used the totally wrong yarn for this, and so it barely fits me now. Oh well, I'll have to make another one. It doesn't have any stretch. It's terrible. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point is that I decided to try the tutorial that was, I think it was 4 parts by Crafters Autonomous. So I made that sweater, and I thought that was a lot of fun, so I went, well, I'll just take what she taught me and what the Secret Yarnery taught me and try and make my own sweater. Big mistake. Huge mistake. I didn't know enough. When you know nothing about sweater building or measurements or how to put crochet pieces together when you are trying to put on a wearable, don't do that. I had to frog it a couple of times. Then it finally got to this stage. I decided to do pink because I thought Pinktober would be a lot of fun. So a sweater for Pinktober. So I used a 5.5mm hook and a 4 worsted weight yarn in 3 different brands. Probably not the smartest idea, but they seem to be around the same weight, so I think they worked fine. My original plan was to use 3 different colors and make a fun, thick striped sweater with big puffy balloon sleeves, ribbed cuffs, a nice ribbed neck, ribbed bottom, and kind of a almost balloon peplum type. You know that one where it goes in and then it kind of fans out and then it comes in again? That is what I was going for the base of my sweater. And then I put it away for like a year. Fast forward to 2025, I decided I needed to pick that sweater back up. But before I did that, I binge watched so many videos on how to make sweaters. Anything I could learn about sweaters. Immersing myself in the sweater world, as it were. I watched videos on raglans, on cardigans, on hexicardis, on boleros, on wraps, any kind of sweater imaginable. I watched tons of videos, and now I had knowledge.
So I have actually made and designed Barbie sweaters, and also I made baby clothes when a good friend of mine had her first baby. So I have made clothing before, but just not for adults. So I have some basic skills for garment making, but I needed to learn more.
If you don't know and you're new here, I love to research. So that's what I did. I researched, I took notes, I picked things that I thought were really gonna work for my idea, and then I tried my idea again. And I tried my sleeve, just my sleeve. And I got to about here. I was pretty sure I was gonna run out of yarn. Like really fast. If I made those big puffy sleeves, oh yeah, that's a huge yarn eater. and at least 2 of these colors were discontinued. So I needed to be a little more strategic on my design. So I thought, let's change it. Let's make a shorter sweater, but still enough to cover my hips. And let's make an almost off the shoulder, I don't want completely off the shoulder, but an almost off the shoulder neckline and a 3/4 length sleeve. And we'll make it more transitional of a piece. So going from winter to spring. That was my plan. I don't have a drawing of my original idea, but I do have a drawing of the new idea. Here it is. This was the plan. Please ignore my crude sketching. I didn't actually draw it until 2026 because I hadn't decided on the scalloped edges yet. But anyway, so I had an idea and then I got crazy busy. Also, I got sick. That was really bad. But anyway, 2025, practically half the year was just about the channel. It was just about the channel. I did Decade Divas. I did Tim Burton Tuesday. I did, oh my gosh, Film to Fiber, Film Fridays. I got immersed in everything that was channel, and my sweater was on the back burner. So in 2026, I told myself, you are finishing this sweater, no matter what. So I did. I decided to finish this sweater. So I picked it back up. I decided where I wanted to use these colors strategically because I was running out of yarn, and I made this sweater. Now, I don't have a lot of instructions for you. I took notes, but not great ones. Sorry. Hopefully my video will let you see a little bit of how I was working things and what I did. So here's my process. Enjoy. Okay, so I got out a tank top so that I could mark where the middle of my armpit is and give myself room for my sleeve on both sides. And I think it's looking good. I think it's looking okay. So yeah, I need to frog this because 1, I want to use a larger hook for the ribbing, but 2, I need this color for up there. So I was just trying stuff out anyway. I don't love how this looks. I think I'm going to use the half double crochet ribbing instead of the single crochet. I think that's also a good idea. And because most of this is made in most of this is made in half double crochet, so I think that'll also look more seamless. And I need to do the neckline. So yeah, that's next. I did this part and I just went wide to do the neckline, and then I went over and then I went wide again. So I did each strap individually, so like there was less to join. I don't think the back looks too bad. I just joined it as one piece, and then I went across on the first arm, the first shoulder, and then the second shoulder I stopped, obviously, because I already did the first base piece. So yeah, I don't think it looks that bad. I like how wide the neckline is. I think I want to do a shell neckline and shell sleeves because I'm only doing a 3/4 length sleeve. So I thought the shell would look kind of dainty and cute. And I really don't want to do ribbing. So I think I want to go with shells. Yeah, because I got to do some kind of edging so that it doesn't stretch. But I really don't want to do ribbing. Okay, so I was working on my sleeve and I had to widen it enough to fit the edge here. It needs to be the same width as this. And now I'm going to create a cute little wedge, I guess, so that it doesn't look awkward when it gets attached. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And here's my sleeve. I'll do the cute little scallop on it after, and I think it looks so cute. Okay, I think this is going well. I added this little back and forth stitches because I wanted to be able to mark what was the back and what was the front because they're basically identical and I wanted to know. So this is the back, this is the front, and it's all done! the sweater. I'm calling it the Sweetheart Sweater. Kind of reminds me of Valentine's Day, also reminds me of spring, so I'm calling it the Sweetheart Sweater. Plus, I love alliteration. What do you think? Now, I don't really have like full-on instructions for you on how I made the sweater, exact numbers, because everybody is going to be different. But I can tell you your measurements you're going to need and how to do the edging and this part up here, how to shape your sleeve. So, you ready? You can take notes if you want to. Okay, these are the measurements that you need. So you need around your breasts, under your breasts, around your shoulders, around your hips, the length from armpit to the bottom of your hip, and around your fattest part of your arm so that you have plenty of room to move. You want to be able to, reach up to the sky, reach down below, not have issues, that kind of thing. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook or an eye, and I can tell you the yarns I used, but you need to know one of them's discontinued. Sorry. This is Red Heart with Love Sweet Pink. This is Premier Basics in Fuchsia, and this is the one you're not going to be able to find. This is Karen Jumbo in, don't remember, but it's discontinued. I started around my hips and I worked up until I got to my armpit. And then I had to shape the neck and the shoulders. But the torso is just, you work in the round and you work up till you get to your armpit. That's it. And then you stop. And your blocks are about 7 rows each. So every color is about 7 rows. You can change it. I changed the stitches once in a while. I made sure that the ones around here were a tighter stitch than the ones down here for obvious reasons. And I mixed all kinds of stitches in there. I mostly used half double crochet and double crochet and single crochet. I just mixed them all up in there. This part is about 8 rows, and then my straps are 14 rows. And then I told you in the video how I did the strap. It's basically one piece because I didn't want to do a bunch of joining. The sleeves are just a tube until you get to here. So you do whatever the thickest part of your arm is, give yourself a little bit of room. So whatever your measurement is, add about 1 inch so that you have some room to move around. 1 inch or more. And until you get to about right next to your armpit, but you still have about a thumb, well, so like 1 inch before it, that's when you need to start doing the shoulder shape. So this is a really cool technique that I learned from several different designers. So what it is you are creating a shape so that this down here doesn't bunch up on you. So if you just did it as a tube, there's a lot of fabric here when you join it. And then when you put your arm down, there's a whole bunch of fabric right here, just all bunched up and uncomfortable. But if you do this technique, that doesn't happen. There's very little fabric right here. Look, you can see when I put my arm down, very little fabric. Isn't that cool? So what you do is, you know the process of when you're trying to take a circle to a square in the granny stitch and you add, like single, 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 half double, half double, half double, and then double crochet and then double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then you repeat that. That's what you do on the sleeve. Basically, you do slip stitches under here, single crochet here, half double, double across your shoulder, and back down. And you do that for about, for me, it's about 4 rows. Yours might be different. So you do that and you increase by a little bit each time. So I think this one is an increase 1, this one I increase 2, this one I increase 3. You don't want to increase too much, but you want this shape to match this hole exactly. So that's what I was doing in the video. I was trying to explain it in the video, but I didn't do a good job. So that's what you're doing. And now you get this really nice shape that you can easily slip stitch inside the garment. So that's how I did it. I did, when I attached the sleeves, it was inside out, and then I did a slip stitch, but I did the slip stitch in the back loops so that you get this really nice flat edge. The scallops are really easy. It's 7 double crochet in 1 stitch, and then you skip 2 stitches on the body, and then you slip stitch and do it again. So every 3rd stitch is your shell, basically. And that's how I did it here and how I did it here. Oh yes, and of course the bottom. Okay, I hope I explained that well. I don't know. If you want to give this a try, be my guest and tag me, because I would love to see it. I would love to see your sweetheart sweaters. But basically, have fun with the body and the arms. Just go for it. Have fun. But 3/4 length sleeve, a kind of an open neck, over your hips, and then do the shells. So it's, you know, very dainty and fun. Thank you so much for being here today. What did you think of my first sweater that I designed? Do you like the sweetheart sweater? Should I try more designs? Should I try this again? Maybe I should try a cardigan next time, or a bolero. What should I try next? Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too.